Good morning. Good morning, Plussers, and welcome to the TGIF Business Networking Hangout. I'm your host, Melanie MacDonald, Brand Identity and Outreach Consultant. Today is a very special day. It is my birthday, and it's also Jeff Harrison's birthday. Woo! So I don't have any major interviews planned. It's just an open networking hangout. We're just going to hang out, have some fun, talk some business, but also just talk some personal fun stuff too. For instance, we were talking about what we're going to do for our birthdays. Before we get to that, let me have our guests introduce themselves. Jeff, we're going to start with you because you're the first one in my little film strip down there.
All right. My name is Jeff Harrison, and I own a company called Swing Point Media with my business partner, Amy Anderson, and we are the people who make those videos for review sites and for websites to help them get more traffic online. And we love this whole social network thing and online activity, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Awesome. And Jeff is a local to the Coachella Valley as well as I am. And just so everybody knows, he's parked. He's not driving.
At the moment.
Yes, he's parked at the moment. Roxanne, welcome back. Roxanne's been on a few times. She's joined us. So go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, hey, I'm Roxanne Davenport. I enjoy your show, mainly, so I always want to come on.
Well, it's always a pleasure to have you.
It took me a while to decide if I was going to be able to be here. I was going to go out with my mom today, but eat some lunch. She had an appointment, so I was able to make it.
Well,
yeah.
I'm sorry you're missing lunch with your mom, but I'm happy you're joining us for lunch.
Well, good. And for your birthday. Happy birthday.
Maybe even a glass of wine, I think you said.
Yeah, it's lunchtime here, so.
Yay. And here,
I can do that.
Where's here?
Oh, I'm from North Carolina.
Oh, you're in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock, so.
I've got a BFF in North Carolina.
Oh,
I can't remember the name of her city, but it's not far from Charlotte.
Oh, well,
sorry, not Charlotte. That's South Carolina. Raleigh. Not far from Raleigh.
Oh, okay. 2 hours from Raleigh.
Oh, awesome.
I live right in the middle, the Piedmont, so close to the mountains and close to the beach. I'm right there. Nice. Got both.
She took me
all four seasons.
She took me to the Biltmore Castle when I went out to visit.
Yeah.
Which is a really cool place. If any of you fellow West Coasters, we have the Hearst Castle out here, which is the great big mansion that was owned by the newspaper mogul Hearst. And on the East Coast, it's the Biltmore Castle. And the Biltmores, I don't know what they were. What did they have? What was their business? Do you know, Roxanne or Jeff?
No, I don't know what theirs was. I just know a lot about the Reynolds, and because of all the cigarettes and R.J. Reynolds, all of that.
Oh,
and they were the ones that were real big.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So R.J. Reynolds, but also Biltmores, and I don't know what their empire was or came from, but we took a tour of their big mansion, and it was really neat. It was really interesting, and it was really I'm going to say interesting again because it was very, very class specific. There were the people in the family who lived there and had all the luxuries. I mean, this place was really a castle. And then their rooms were very richly decorated and appointed with like all this furniture and all this like fancy schmancy stuff. And then they had the servants' quarters, which were these teeny tiny rooms with like nothing in them but the walls and this little uncomfortable looking bed. And I'm like, my God, you have bazillions of dollars and your servants are living there serving you. Can't you at least like give them a nice comfy bed and a nice room?
Mm-hmm. You need to go, if you come back, go at Christmas.
Yeah?
How they dress it up at Christmas time.
Oh, yeah, I bet that's amazing.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah. Jeff, are you starting to say something?
No, I'm just enjoying the historical journey.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever been to the Hearst Castle?
I have. I've been there a couple times and just absolutely enjoy it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it was different though. I don't remember seeing servants' quarters the way I saw over at the Biltmore. It was very Downton Abbey. at the Biltmore. And Hearst was just more like living large in Hollywood, sort of, in a way. And my favorite part of the Hearst was, of course, the pool area.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You mean the outdoor pool or the indoor pool?
The outdoor pool, the one with all the mosaic stuff. It's all
That,
really beautiful mosaic, where they had their pool parties with
yeah,
the movie stars of the time back then.
yeah.
And, you know, it's just a very different kind of lifestyle, East Coast to West Coast, too, I think. But it was also different time periods. I mean, the Biltmores were old money. And then the cool thing, and well, one of the cool things about the Biltmore was that after touring the castle, their estate is like huge, and we drove down the estate to the winery. They had their own winery and had a wine tasting, and that was really fun. And that was where I think I first started actually enjoying wine, and because I wasn't a big wine drinker before then, but they had some really good ones. So today I am going casual. I'm doing all the stuff I love because it's my birthday, so I got my fabulous Star Wars t-shirt on. How cool is that?
Nice, nice.
From the original Star Wars movie, and I've got my my trusty United Federation of Planets coffee cup, my favorite one. That's from Star Trek.
Pink.
Now, if only I had a little TARDIS.
That reminds me. I went trick-or-treating. I was young when it came out, and I went trick-or-treating one year. I had long hair, and I was able to wrap it up like around my
Princess
ears,
Leia?
like Princess Leia. I went trick-or-treating, wore like a white dress, and looked just like her.
That's awesome.
You just reminded me of that.
Princess
I think
Leia.
Maylana could do that with her braids, couldn't you?
Yeah, you could.
I could. I do sometimes, actually, where it's not quite Princess Leia, but it's easier to make them kind of more like Asian style
there you go.
Princess Leia style. So, you know, speaking of this philosophy, birthday stuff, ever since I've been in my 20s, I have made it a tradition to take the day off of work on my birthday. So when I worked at jobs that gave us days off, I always arranged that today would be my day off. And in jobs back in the old days that didn't have that, I would just call in sick. Because I think it's really important, at least for me, to celebrate our life the day we were born. Our birthday is our anniversary, the day we're born. And to me, celebrating life isn't about going to work and, you know, working at some job to make money for other people or yourself. It's about enjoying all the things in life that make life really wonderful. And yes, in our society, we need money to survive, but I think it's those other things that are what really make life wonderful. So spending it with people that you enjoy spending time with, not having responsibilities is real big on my plate. Hi, Brian. I like not having responsibilities, taking time to play with the kids or the dogs or the cats, whatever your kids are, fur or skin, and, you know, just doing something that you like just for fun. So I'm getting my fandom stuff on today because that's fun. I'm not even wearing any eyeliner, which is, I think, the first TGIF where I came in with lipstick only. So there you go. When Brian comes in and joins us, we'll let him give himself an introduction. So let me ask you, though, Roxanne and Jeff, do you have birthday traditions like that when it comes to work, or do you usually work on your birthday? Does it matter? Do you feel like if you go to work on your birthday, does it feel like a bummer, or is it part of a celebration because you enjoy what you do so much? Jeff?
I think it's, you know, I think this birthday was a little different. I just felt like yesterday I started thinking about it and actually moved some appointments so I could just do whatever I wanted to do today, which I really love what I do. And so I don't feel like I'm going to work. And so I thought, you know what, my wife is going to be gone for 7 days, and I'm just going to kind of clear my calendar, get a couple things done, like running the bank and getting my computer fixed when I tried to download Windows 10 yesterday. But beyond that, you know, it's a pretty casual day today. Yeah, the traditions, not really. Typically, we go out to dinner. You know, we did that last night instead of tonight. But that's really it. Not any big traditions.
Awesome. And for anybody who missed it, today is Jeff's birthday as well. We're both August 7 babies. Woohoo!
39 again.
Yeah. Congratulations on that.
Yeah.
And Roxanne, how about you?
It depended on where I worked, if I took the day off or not. Yeah.
And do you have any sort of traditions that you follow on your birthday, or anything you like to do in general?
How late my husband would work if we went out to the dinner to eat or not. And if we couldn't, if it was during the week, we'd go on the weekend. So we'd always go out and celebrate. So
Nice. Awesome. When's your birthday?
June.
June. Oh, summer babies. Lots of summer babies. Well, happy belated birthday then, because it wasn't that long ago, so we should still celebrate yours too.
Guys, I'm going to check out for a little bit. I need to run to the bank. I'll be back.
Okay, bye. Thanks
Bye.
for coming in, Jeff. Happy birthday.
You too.
Yeah, happy birthday.
Hey, Brian, how's it going?
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going fine. So, I'm just looking at the mess behind me.
Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, my name is Brian Rowley, and I write incessantly, and sometimes it even makes sense. And then I help people who need help with websites to get more traffic to their website, or to connect it to social media, or whatever that is that you need to do to make your website better.
And when's your birthday?
October 28th.
Ooh, you're a fall baby.
Yeah.
So pretty soon yours is coming up, and what do you like to do for your birthday? Do you take the day off of work? Do you think that's important, or do you have any traditions that you follow for your birthday?
I have a tradition of trying to make nothing of it as much as possible.
Oh, really? Now, let me
Really
ask you this, because this is interesting that you brought that up, because today was the very first birthday I ever had that the minute I woke up, I wasn't all like, it's my birthday, yeah. It was like, kind of, oh, no, it's another birthday. This was the very first time that has ever, been like that in my mind. So, Brian, has that trying to sort of not acknowledge your birthday been going on very long, or did that start at a certain age?
I was thinking about how brutal I can be with this answer. It's been going on since I came to the realization, I'm going to not use the B word here, but my mother was a selfish fill in the blank. And there was an incident that happened on my birthday. It had to do with a gift. It had to do with a couple of different gifts, one from my mom and one from my dad, who were divorced, by the way. And so that conflict made me want to just say, you know what, don't bother with my birthday. Even as a child, I was like, you know what, let's just skip the whole thing, because it was such a painful experience. I thought, I'm just going to ignore this whole thing, and if people want to send me cards and say happy birthday, I'm going to go along with it. And then later, as an adult, I actually had a bunch of friends get together and treat me to dinner at my favorite restaurant for my birthday, 33rd birthday. I remember it well. And I thought, well, this is nice. So I'm going to allow for something if somebody really wants to do something. But otherwise, it just doesn't matter to me. And that's the whole story.
That's interesting.
But true.
So today, do you still carry some of the old bad baggage, or have you had enough good birthdays since then to make up for it?
I haven't had...
Well, maybe not make up for it is the right word, but kind of get over it more, or get past it.
It really hasn't. It has become so ingrained in me to just say, you know, it's just another day. If I have to work, I go to work. There's nothing special that I'm expecting. So it matches my policy. If I reduce my expectations to 0, I'm never disappointed.
Well,
on my birthday or otherwise.
Does that bum you out at all?
Not really. I'm happy when it comes and goes. I'm happy when it's past, because then it's like, okay.
I kind of understand that, because I'm sort of that way about Christmas, about the winter holidays. And that's another one of those holidays when there's a lot of people out there that really just love it, and there's a lot of other people out there that really just hate it. And then there's those that are just kind of ambivalent about it. And some of my ambivalence to it did originate from some unhappy childhood Christmas incident memories. But then, I got over that because when I got into my 20s and I moved out and away from my parents and over to California and had lots of friends, and we used to get together for Christmas. I had so many awesome Christmas dinner experiences with friends that it became a great thing. But then in the last 10 years it was hard because you get older and people you love start dying, and I had two deaths of people that were very, very close to me that happened in December. So one of them was 2 weeks before Christmas, and one was 3 weeks before Christmas. And so that kind of put a damper on my Christmases for a while. And so for, I'd say probably about 5 years, Christmas was just really depressing. I just wanted to, I had no even desire to put up the decorations or anything. And then last year was the first year since then that I started feeling that Christmas, kind of spirit of wanting to decorate and put stuff up again, and it not being a painful experience. So I was happy for that. It'll be interesting to see how this Christmas goes. I think this Christmas it's going to be better again. And I don't know. I kind of like being able to be sort of joyful again. It's a big deal, I think, for me personally, anyway. Alrighty. Does anybody want to talk business? Because if you do, we can. It doesn't have to be all birthday stuff.
30 was my worst.
40?
30.
30. I have a lot of friends who were like that. They just got all bummed out on their 30th birthday. And I was like, 30? Yeah, I thought 30 was awesome. So why was 30 a bummer for you?
It was out of 20, and I have a daughter, I've been married for a while, and I've been working, and I'm not, really able to up and go whenever I want anymore. I have responsibilities.
It's like being an adult, right? You're 30,
exactly.
Now you're an adult.
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Huh.
But my husband gave me the best birthday ever.
Oh, awesome.
We had a motorcycle, and I came home, and on the Friday, I was the only one that would work at this one office. I did ultrasound, and I was the only one that could do this particular kind that would fill in for this other lady when she left. Well, I was supposed to fill in for her on that Friday, and he was packing up the motorcycle on the back of the trailer to take it to we were going to go to the mountains. I said, what do you think you're doing? I'm the only one that goes there. He says, no, you're off. And I didn't believe him, so I had to call the supervisor. And so they had it covered. So we went to Gatlinburg and rode the motorcycle all through the mountains.
Oh, nice.
And then the rest of the family met us up there and surprised me.
Oh,
to make me feel better turning 30.
Yeah, that's an awesome 30 birthday party.
Yeah, it was. It was.
So did that feeling last long, the hard feeling that turning 30 was hard? Did it last for very long beyond your birthday?
Well, I still tell everybody, yeah, it's a birthday, yeah, I don't need anything. But then, just like y'all were saying, we don't need to do anything. Brian definitely saying it's just another day. Well, I would still say that until my mom got breast cancer, and she says you need to celebrate every one of them. And she's been now cancer-free for 10 years.
Oh, yay! That's good to hear.
Yay, yes. So she's always said, you celebrate every one of them.
Absolutely.
After she said that, there you go. You need to celebrate every one of them.
That's a good philosophy, and nothing
Mhm.
like, knowing somebody you love with cancer to make you feel that way. I had a great time on my 30th birthday, and everybody has their favorite years. My favorite years were 19 because that was really a lot of fun. And back then I lived in Florida and the drinking age was 19, so that might be something that was part of it. That was when I was old enough to start going out to bars and seeing bands play and having fun. And then my favorite year was 32. And I don't know why, I just always liked 32 was a good year, was a great age. And to me, I loved turning 30s, turning 30. I never had the same kind of problem that so many of my friends and what you describe, Roxanne, as having in their 30s or when their 30th birthday. And I think it was because I was starting to feel like I've never really felt like an adult. You know what I mean? Like, at least not until in my 40s. And I think that it was feeling like, oh, I'm not as stupid as I was in my 20s. I have that experience, so I'm wiser, but I'm still young enough to go out and have fun and enjoy the things that I could enjoy in my 20s, but with being not stupid about it, and going and traveling and doing lots of stuff like that before I'm too old. So I was still in good physical shape. I still had youth on my side. And, to me, the 30s are the prime of life. Those were the best decade by far. And then turning 40, that was the big one for me. That was a bummer because I had always considered 40 as officially old. Once you hit 40, you are officially old. And then, my older friends, people who were above 40, very youthful, are like, whatever, that's just crazy. But hey, I still feel that way. I mean, I felt that way since I was in my early 20s. 30s were fine. Once you hit 40, you're officially old. And so when I hit 40, I was officially old. It started bumming me out, I think, at 36. and it lasted till I was 44. And then it went away finally. Didn't care. It was like, oh, okay. Because I think what happened was, yes, I never stopped feeling like it was officially old. I'm old now, but I started not caring that I was old now and embracing it. And so, and I think that's part of where the embracing the gray hair comes from, whereas I like to call it, some people call this salt and pepper, but I like to call it silver and ebony.
I like yours.
Or onyx
I like
and
that.
silver.
I have to color mine.
So, you have to what?
I just had to tell everybody I have to color mine.
Oh, well, I had been coloring mine because I actually started going gray in my 20s.
Me too.
But I dyed my hair so often that I didn't notice for a long time because, back then it was the 80s, it was kind of the rock, the glam scene. So I had hair every different color except for green and the rainbow. Brian, what's your official I'm old age?
I'm working on that. I think I've gotten there now. Well, here's the interesting thing. When you were saying 40, and that would be 1998 for me, I left Lockheed and went to my first startup in August of that year. So I was 39 and left Lockheed. I went to my first startup company. So at the time that I turned 40, I was actually having the very best time of my career. And let's see, so 98, 99, 2000, I think it was in 2000, so I was 42 at this time. I got into the best shape I had ever been in my life. And I had a contest with a guy who was like 22 or 23, and the contest was who could put on the most weight, and then we did the most dips. You know what dips are on a dipping bar?
Mm-hmm.
And I beat him on both sides. I could do more dips than him, and I outgained him in pounds by 1 or 2 pounds. But what he didn't realize is that I was cheating on the weight gain, because if I was a little underweight before I went to the gym for the weigh-in, I would just drink 2 bottles, 16-ounce bottles of water, so I'd weigh 2 pounds more. So I beat him on the pounds by 2 pounds, and then I beat him in the dips. I completely smoked this kid, and I swear to God, I thought, this is the best shape I'm ever going to be in my life. And I was right. It was like
So
42.
that sounds pretty gratifying.
Yeah, so 40 was because I had been working out all my life, really. 40 to me was like my 30s would be for a normal person, I guess. And now I feel like I'm happy I'm in the shape I'm in at 50. What am I going to be? 57. Because I think I'm in better shape than most 50-something-year-old guys, but
Yeah.
I'm really working on trying to get back into shape, if you can imagine that. So anyway, it has a whole, I don't know if I'm going to get old. I think I've gotten old mentally. I'm starting to see where I need to work harder at short-term memory things, which is a little scary to me, but I've always been fascinated with how the brain works and how memories work and how can I improve mine. So I'm relaunching that campaign to start working on memory skills that I want to improve. So I'll let you know how it turns out, or I'll forget to let you know.
And it's interesting you bring that up because I think that was the impetus because I'm 51 this year. So the next milestone birthday, if we're going by decades, is 60. And I think that is why the, it's my birthday feeling wasn't as much there today for the very first time as it always has been. It was, it's my birthday because the next milestone is 60. And, it's looking at, okay, I'm going into crone, no more maiden mother, it's crone stage and going into elder stage in the future. And, that to me is, with apologies to anybody else out there who's already there, but to me that is just terrifying.
What is
very
crone?
scary.
What do you mean crone? What is that?
Crone means when you become, there's maiden, mother, crone. Maiden is youth, mother is like middle of the age life cycle in your prime, and crone is as you get older.
How are you spelling it?
CRONE.
Huh.
You get discounts.
You do get discounts, and I am a card-carrying member of AARP. Yeah.
See?
And that's new. I just joined that not too long ago. Woo! So, and I intend to take advantage of those discounts as often
There you go.
possible.
Look to the the upper side.
Here's something for you, Melanie. Right out of the definition. So all you have to do is remain robust.
Remain robust.
Yes.
Okay.
That won't be hard.
Well,
I mean, she already is.
That's what I mean. So just
remain there.
There you go.
So maiden, mother, crone is a triple goddess sort of, spirituality type of thing, and I think it has old Celtic origins or something. I'm not really sure, but it's just a cycle of life kind of measurement, I guess you would say, and stage of life sort of thing. But I embrace the crone. I'm cool with that. I do fear aging, and I think part of the reason I fear aging is not having any kids and seeing what my parents went through as they aged, and other people that I know as they aged. But they all had children who end up taking care of them at the end because they do need that care. And I'm like, who's going to take care of me? Like there isn't anybody to take care of me. And so that to me is a little bit scary. And I started thinking about that a while, but that wasn't like enough reason to have kids. I didn't want to have kids. That's sort of a selfish reason to have kids. And if you're going to have kids, you're going to have kids because you're really into kids. And I just have always been really into animals, not kids. So I had animals.
Well, that's my neighbor. Her 2 dogs are her kids. So
yeah, absolutely.
I have 4. I have 2 dogs with my 2 kids.
Yeah.
So I'm the same. And another thing that's going to make it hard for me, I have a 9-year-old, and here I am, 43, and when my 9-year-old graduates, think of how old I'm going to be, and I'm going to feel horrible watching her, go across the stage, and I'm going to look around, and I'm going to say, man, I'm old, and my girl's graduating high school. So I don't you
It's
know,
not going to be that old. It's only, what, 7 years from now, right? They
yeah, I bet.
graduate about 16, so you're going to be 50.
No, I'll be 52. She's in the 3rd grade, so she'll be in the 4th grade. So, yeah, still, well, 8 more years. Yeah, but still, you know how young some kids and parents
Yeah,
are, though.
but I think, from every time I read anything about it, more and more people are having children at later ages. So I think what's going to happen is you're going to look around and see all the other parents about the same age as you, you know.
But well, she wasn't planned either, so I wasn't going to have another daughter then.
Right,
my
right.
other one's my other one's getting out of the house in October. She's getting married, so I'm losing one of them.
Oh, how many do you have?
Two.
Two?
So a 10-year difference, yeah.
Wow, wow.
Mhm.
I have a 10-year difference between me and my siblings too. I was the
Oh.
accident, so I'm like the youngest, and I was 10 years
Well,
behind. I was the accident.
well,
So,
that's the way it was
well,
with mine.
and that's another thing about aging and life, because for so many years in all my life I've always celebrated that I was the youngest in the accident, because I was spoiled. I was the youngest
Mm.
and 10 years the youngest, so I was the kid, and I got to have stuff my way when it came to the sibling stuff. And you recognize this, and then your older siblings, especially when they're that much older and you're like the little baby in the family, they give you things and they want to help you and stuff. And so I always, I never took it for granted. I appreciate it all, but now, and I always thought, oh man, I am definitely of 4 kids the best position to be in. The youngest is the best. The youngest is the best. And now it's kind of changing, because now I have to look at, oh my gosh, I have to watch all my siblings age. And, if God, hopefully this never happens, but if they get some kind of illness or,
Mm.
problems associated with age come along, I'm the one that's going to have to sort of watch the people that I love going through this. And one of the things that I'm realizing, or at least for me, one truth has been that the worst part about aging, the part that sucks the most, isn't necessarily so much what happens to you, but it's it's watching the people you love decline and die. So as you
Yeah.
get older and your older relatives or your next generations start to pass off, that's to me the worst part about aging, is losing the other people that you love in your life.
Yeah.
So, but at least one thing about not having kids is I'll never have to put anybody else through that, right? So when it's my turn, I don't think anybody's going to be really, I'm not going to have any kids that I'll be leaving heartbroken the way I was heartbroken when my mom passed. So that's a good thing. Yeah, I try to always look for something good in every situation, for a positive.
Oh, what we're getting on now is about the other side of our ages. But tell me why my kids do not want to cremate me. They want to have an actual burial. And I just say, well, why can't you just throw me off somewhere, like a mountain or, some pretty little waterfall, because I want to be cremated. And they said, no, we want to bury you. I was like, I don't want to take up space in the ground.
Yeah.
But they said, we're
Well,
not going to cremate you. I said, I'm going to put that in my will.
right, yeah, it's your decision, not theirs. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's just, I can't believe that,
Well,
what they said.
they can each take a little bit of your ashes and keep you with them forever that way.
Yeah, I want to
And
be on
then
the fireplace.
if they want to put you, in the ground, they can. That way, they can put your ashes in the ground and plant some flowers there or something.
Put it in the
Which I think would
backyard.
Yeah, I mean, I had when my cats passed, I had them cremated, and some of their ashes I have a little altar. I've got some of my mom's ashes and some of their ashes, but then the rest I put them out in places where they would have loved to be, and so one of them is under our big hibiscus book in the hibiscus bush, not book, bush, out in the backyard because that was Silver's favorite place to sit and hang out in the backyard. And the other one, Sundance, is over by some different bushes in a different part of the yard. But now, every time I go out there and I enjoy and admire the hibiscus bush or the spot where Sundance was, whatever flowers are growing there, you know, it's like I get to remember them and smile and enjoy something beautiful where they were. That is something beautiful in my life, and they were something beautiful in my life. So to me, you know, I mean, I'm kind of sentimental that way. I like that.
Yeah, because how many times do you actually visit the grave?
Right. And my mom, you know, she's on the other side of the country, so I can't. So the only way I do get to do it is this little altar that I made, which is kind of nice. I bought a real pretty little blue box that it took me a long time to find it. Right? Not to be morbid or anything, but
like for birthdays.
I'm going to show it to you. So I shopped for the right box for the longest time, and you know, I didn't know what I was looking for, but I knew that I would know it when I found it, and I found it, and isn't this pretty? So I mean, it's not like I have a whole bunch of her ashes. It's just a little bit, but I keep it in this beautiful little box with flowers on it. My mom loved flowers too. That's where I got my love of flowers. And I have it on a little altar over there, and I have a photo of her up, and I bring flowers in from the yard, and I put fresh flowers on it and stuff. And so, you know, to me, it's like a nice, I like it. It makes me feel close to her, even though she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I like that. That's cool.
Now, I know that TGIF usually goes for an hour, but today I'm going to cut it short, you guys.
That's fine.
You know what? I want to go make a chocolate vegan cake. And I think I'm going to kick up and put my feet up and make a cake and watch some kind of really awesome action-filled science fiction and fantasy movie. And that's going to be the start of my day. And then I have a beer that I bought specially for this afternoon. That is a Coachella Valley Brewing Company, a local company that is up and running now, and they are a brewing company, and they have really some awesome beers, and there's one called Monumental, and the graphic is sort of from Joshua Tree National Park, which is nearby. It's up in the high desert. And the other one I bought two. Let's see, the other one is something about clover honey, or no, cactus honey. So I think it's made from like local honeybees and cactus honey, so it's kind of sweet. And I'll be looking forward to tasting those and drinking those a little bit later as I'm watching my movie. Enjoying my birthday. Yay.
So will you post about that?
What's that?
Will you write a post with reviews of yours?
Oh, sure. Okay, I will. Yeah. That's great.
One time, I'm trying to use the new, it's not the Meerkat, it's the other one.
Periscope?
Periscope, yeah. Maybe one day if I learn how to use that, I'll go up to the mountains, the Blue Ridge Parkway or something, and get some pictures of that. So maybe if you haven't been to the Blue Ridge Parkway, you'll get to see maybe when I go to fall, it's beautiful with all the flowers.
That would be nice. Because we don't have like big trees with big fluffy leaves that turn colors out here in the desert. So
we definitely have 4 separate times, the seasons.
Nice.
So we're very lucky. I'll have to maybe try to do that when the time comes. If I get brave enough to try it.
Awesome. Yeah, I look forward to that. I'll look forward to seeing those beautiful pictures. And would you like to say anything? Any promos coming up? Any final words before we sign off? Any last thoughts?
Well, I was brave enough to start a petition about medicine. I've talked about the generic and the brand name medications.
Yeah.
I started a petition.
Oh, awesome.
And yeah, it's on the Seizure of the Day community page.
Okay. Why don't you
And
post a link to that in the
okay,
comments of the
Mhm.
event page so anybody can get to
All
that
right.
who
Yeah, if
might
y'all
actually
can
be.
spread word after you sign it too, that would be
Yeah.
great.
Okay.
I
Well,
would
post it
love
out
it.
there. I'll share a post. Ping me on the post, and I'll share it. I'll be happy to share it.
It'd be great.
Great cause.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Brian, how about you? Any final thoughts?
Well, I am still going to be working on what I've been working on for the past hour, which is just fixing this contact form for a web page. You know, I'm involved with Act One, and it's membership renewal time. So we're trying to make it so that you have to give us your contact information before you renew, so we can make sure that our directory is correct and all these things come down. And it's purely volunteer work for me, so it's a little
Ooh.
annoying because it doesn't pay well. It's hopefully you get
Well,
paid in appreciation and better and more business from
well, and referrals,
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
You know,
But
you're the resident web guy, hopefully,
yeah,
that whenever
it
anybody in
helps.
that networking group
It helps.
Mhm.
And
makes.
then tomorrow I'm bowling in a charity bowling tournament for United Cerebral Palsy, and
Good.
and then I'm going to be taking my wife for a nice afternoon lunch after that. So
That's sweet.
Awesome.
next 2 days.
Sounds great.
Yep.
Well, thank you for coming in today, Brian and Roxanne. And I'm the host, Melanie MacDonald. I'm going to go enjoy my birthday. And tomorrow I have a BFF who is like my very first friend that I made when I moved to California when I was 19. And we are still friends today.
Mhm.
And she lives on a different part of the country now, but she's coming out to visit and she'll be here tomorrow. So I'm very excited about that. My weekend will be spent hanging out with her. And so I hope you all have a wonderful weekend as well. And whenever your birthday is, happy birthday. Enjoy it and appreciate it and celebrate it. And have a great day. Bye-bye,
Good.
everybody.
Bye.
Happy birthday.
Thank
Happy
you.
birthday.